Hi, my name is Paul Miles, and we're going to talk about some private stock colors. We're going to start here with this copperhead burst that Brian is scraping the binding back on. The private stock colors generally come from some of the production colors, but the way we really do it is we sort of use the color wheel without overthinking it, taking colors and finding different ways to achieve that color. Like, instead of buying a green right off the shelf, you'll take blue and yellow to come up with some sort of green that you're happy with, and that way you can sort of control the green, whether it's more blue or more yellow. Like I said, this is a copperhead burst, sort of more of a earth tone color, somewhere in between an amber and a tiger eye. A color that really comes out, or should I say, it was developed through doing other colors. You know, a lot of our colors come from, okay, well, this is tiger eye, and this is the base of tiger eye, but it looks good without going all the way to tiger eye. So what can we do with that color, and how can we make that something unique and its own also? And also putting on bursts on the guitars, that also ties in, sort of frames the guitar, frames the color. Not everybody is a burst person, but it does sort of help the color, and especially in something like this where the darks bleed into the burst, it really just kind of unifies the top. And then, you know, that's pretty basic. One thing that we try to do is we're constantly trying to improve our colors, trying to come up with something that nobody's done. And we can go through some of the guitars that are right on the line right now. Color fades. They've been a big success for us. This is an example of a new amber fade. Again, it comes through with trial and error. You've got everything from basically a tortoise shell to a vintage amber burst and all in between, and you get a nice sort of fade with this one. And not all colors work. Not all colors work on guitars. Not everybody likes purples and blues. You know, you have your traditionalists that are into the more ambers and yellows. But we really run a good mix of both on private stuff. Another good example is this purple guitar. You know, it's a killer quilt. I mean, you don't get a better piece of wood than that. And, you know, the purple color is just amazing. You can see where the way we sand these guitars, where you get the highlights really jump out on these peaks and valleys. And with a guitar like that, once that's got finish on it, that's going to be amazing. And again, back to the fade guitars. This is one of our blue fades. That's been a popular color. You know, it's kind of like we're not trying to overthink it so much. Like I said, it's really basically color wheel. It's red and blue make purple, and what degree of purple do you want? And you really can't think too far out of the box other than that, and just coming out with different variation of sanding, different amounts of specific colors. That's pretty much it. Another yellow, sort of honey gold color. Aquamarine, faded aquamarine, I should say. You know, and these guys are constantly experimenting with colors. If you look under Dave's bench here, it's actually quite clean today. But here's an idea of experimenting. You know, he's come up with a bunch of different blocks and just went to town on each one with different colors, and you just layer and layer and layer. You sand out and see what happens. A lot of times nothing happens, but you know, you have that maybe 1 out of 5 samples that really gets someone's eye and is quite amazing, and we'll go ahead and run it on a guitar, and you know, inside of here we can all say we love it, but until the guitar sells and somebody else loves it, a customer loves it, we won't necessarily make it a color. And if it's a success, we'll know rather quickly. The only other difference is that, you know, when you look at quilt versus curly, you know, you have to take that into your mind when you're doing it, because the colors do tend to change depending on the color of the wood, the grain pattern of the wood. These are basically all the same colors here, with a little bit of degree of wash or sanding out, but they look like different colors, especially when it comes to the quilt, because you have so much more gray area in between the curl. But that's how we come up with colors. And you know, we got a box of wood here that every day Dave Crocker will grab some wood and throw some paint on it, go back and forth, and you know, it's sort of like art class back here sometimes. You know, hey everybody, what do you think of this? Let's critique it, and if majority of the guys back here like it, then you know, it'll be a color. So that's how it's done.